YouTube channel, and I'm Ruth Barclay, the Oracle, and I'm here to give you some live readings. So on other places and other platforms, we go live and people interact with questions. So something a little bit about me is I can communicate with anything that's willing to communicate. And that can be your body, that can be your energy around you, that can be your animals, that can be loved ones who have also passed on. So what we are going to start to do on this channel is invite you guys to participate with questions. We're also going to just do collective readings where we have specific questions come in, and I will be answering these specific questions for you guys. But tonight, what we're going to do on our very first is just a collective. I'm going to check in with your past self, your current self, and your future self. And we're going to see what they have to say to you guys. And I don't usually use oracle cards or tarot cards, but I'm going to start to incorporate these for you guys as we continue on, just for a little extra guidance and a little extra help. And so the deck that we're going to use tonight is Higher Self Oracle, and this is by Deanna Riddick, and they're quite beautiful actually. So this is the deck. This will be my first YouTube live, and I'm excited to start doing these for you guys. I have some videos where we connect with my horses that do healing work, and they are bringing messages for you as you watch them also. And then I have clients that we bring in for some readings in some of them, and then I do retreats around the world with shamanism and just elite retreats. And so we have some from Egypt, and we've got some others that we're going to be posting as well. So I invite you to go look at some more of our videos. But tonight we're going to go ahead and just get started with what comes up for you. So the first card for your past is acceptance. And I'm going to get better at figuring out how to get you guys a better camera zoom. We'll have another camera set up next time. Acceptance. And what is coming in from your past self to help you move forward into this next phase is acceptance. Now, acceptance doesn't mean you agree with everything. Acceptance is allowing yourself and the circumstances to start to have some compassion and allow it to come to a plateau, a stop, a pause where you can allow the new information to come through with clean information, and you can allow the past information that helped you out really well continue forward. But then those parts of you and those parts of your life that need the healing, then it's asking you to go ahead and allow these parts to be healed and released. So your past self is asking for you to dive into your parts of you that you're trying to hold on to because you don't have as much clarity on them, or maybe something wasn't fair with it. And I invite you to check in and have a conversation with yourself. A lot of us are working with our younger selves, our inner child, to help clear up things that have happened to us that have been hindering and holding us back. And so in this, a really neat exercise that keeps showing up as I'm talking to you is writing a letter to your little self. So your younger self, you write a little letter. And it can start out with anything you want to share in a forgiveness, anything in a share of a sorry, a gratitude, something like starting out with, I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you when you needed it most. I am sorry that our space was dangerous. I'm sorry that things were confusing. So go ahead, and I invite you to write a letter to your younger self. We're going to make this really quick tonight. And then our next one, we're going to bring in even more information for you guys. But on our first one, just on this nice collective, we're going to give you a nice, sweet, short one. So that's from your past self. Your current self is asking for you to go within. So what comes with this card in going within is you are going through an evolution. You're going through, you've been through a metamorphosis stage lately, and now you are moving into who am I? Who are you? And with that, you're going to begin to check in with yourself. And when this happens, a good thing that's being invited for you to do is to evaluate your values. So a lot of the times as we grow up, our values are instilled into us by our parents and by our loved ones and by our environment. And as we continue to grow and we change and we up level, our values get updated and we learn more of what those mean. But on the flip side, sometimes we fight for a value that maybe doesn't match us or the current time anymore. So a fun way to look at this is we have horses, and 100 years ago, you were a rich person if you had a car. And nowadays, you're a rich person if you have horses. And so the times have changed and the value system has changed. And if you're looking for a vehicle versus a horse that can do performance, they're going to each have different values. And the value is going to matter by the individual who is needing a need fulfilled. And so what are your needs currently now that you are asking to have fulfilled or asking to have clarity on? And what are the values that will match with that? And then start to allow yourself to look at, are these values mine, or are these my parents or the environment? Where did these values come from? And as you start to discover where these are, you're going to ask, do I get to release these values and have a new one? Or do I get to reevaluate them? Maybe there's more to these values that now that you're further along in your life, you understand more to it. And so what are these values for you that are fulfilling needs that you have? And so that's a go within, and this will help you discover more about yourself. What and who are you now? Okay, so now we're going to move forward into your future self. What is the message your future self has for you? The quick message your future has for you, self, that is going to help you in this next phase of your life. Trust. Trust. And we actually had another card that fell out at the same time, and it says pray. Trust and pray. This is what your future self is asking for you to start to do. So prayer for me is being able to center in and ask your higher self, your divinity, God, universe, source, a pure question, a pure asking, and then allowing that to come to you, the answers to come to you. So trusting also means that when you are asking for something, you're going to want to do it in a space where you feel a little bit more centered and grounded. When you ask for something, question, an answer, fulfillment of something, you're going to allow yourself to recognize, what in this do I really desire? And as you start to connect into what it is you really desire, you're going to create a question that can be aligned with who you are, your values now, and what is it in your asking that you're really wanting. And so when you do this and you do an aligned asking, then you get to trust. And the trust is because with one aligned step, the universe will bring it to you 1,000-fold. There's a lot of teachings that I have done over my lifetime. I've worked with clients and leaders all over the world for about 25 years, giving readings, private sessions, helping connect with their body, their animals, with loved ones. And every time they've gone through an up-leveling of some sort, it's really interesting. It's the same thing as these cards kind of pulled through. And so as we start to close this up, I want to just reiterate back into your current self, where you're being invited to observe your values again. Reevaluate your values. Where did they come from? What parts of these values are important to you now? And what parts get to maybe rearrange? And that way, when you pray and when you move forward, or when you have your askings for the universe or God or your higher self, you're going to be able to understand more of the parts of you that are asking for this, and the parts of the asking that you are ready to receive. And then allowing yourself to have a little bit of trust that you are supported, because you are greatly supported in this life, and you are greatly supported in your gifts, and you're greatly supported in your values that you want into your needs and desires. And I have a lot more that we're going to be bringing to you, but this was our first quick trial, and thank you for watching. Yeah.